Welcome. This is Zangler, the Tesla Semi Advocate, bringing you the next installment in the Giga Semi Progress series of videos. This video was shot May 10th, early in the morning, and I had two objectives. One was to get the nice lighting of the early morning 6:30 a.m. flight, but also I needed to beat the high winds that were predicted to come in pretty much like at 8 o'clock. And you can see from the beginning of this video that the flag is on the northwest corner is still. And then if you stick to the end of the video, you'll see as I drove away that flag was active. And there's a couple of highlights to the 4 days of progress since the last video, which was shot on Tuesday. And we had sort of put forth the question about what was going on with the black material that was being staged in front of the loading docks to the left. And we're going to come over there pretty soon. This is the northwest corner. Take a look at the flag, not moving at all. Within 30 minutes, that thing is blowing in the wind pretty well. One of the big objectives, or one of the big advancements, progress that they've made is the section G, the stamping section that we have been paying close attention to, is almost fully roofed with the corrugated metal. Now they're just going to have to fill in a little bit, but quite a bit of progress in 4 days. And now we're scanning from the west to the east along the northern perimeter, and we can see now, just coming into sight, that some of our viewers were exactly right. Those were like weather stripping, those black things staged out in front of the right. They're installed on the left, and they're sort of a weather seal to allow these loading doors to be sealed up against the weather, which it can be quite challenging between wind, rain, and snow. This allows four-season usage, and so these things are coming into these shipping bays are looking ready for action. One of the few people, this was Sunday, Mother's Day, at 6:30 in the morning, and that crew there is one of the few workers that were on site as of 6:37 a.m. They were working on those windows, and what they're doing is they're putting little seams in between the black panels. Not sure if that is structurally required or if it's for aesthetic reasons. But now we are circling around the northeast corner, heading down the eastern edge of the building, and there's one of the BFDs. I think all three BFDs were open this morning. You can see the work that's been done for the mega chargers, and looking forward to seeing them bring in cabinets and mega chargers. And I would speculate that they might start using those sooner than you might think. They could use them for the extensive Tesla Semi fleet that works for the production department, bringing drive motors and battery packs from Gigafactory 1, Legacy Giga Nevada, which is behind us to the left, to Fremont, and also hustling parts between various warehouses that they have in the neighborhood. And for the Tesla Semi engineering fleet of trucks that are being tested and miles put on them every day, 7 days a week, 2 12-hour shifts, to ensure that any issues are uncovered before a customer finds out, has to deal with one. As you can see, the lower section of section G, the stamping section, has almost been completed, and the raised, the highest section of the building, which will cover the stamping machines, is nearly, I don't know, a good 80% complete. Those large panels are in. They have to put something on the right and on the left, and then fill in the spaces. And down below, harder and harder to see, they are making progress on the stamping pits, building more forms, laying in rebar, and putting in those subfloors that will separate the underground portion of the stamping pits from the stamping building, from the upper stamping machines themselves. You can see, if you can't see it super well here, but there's that little appendage that sticks out. But to the right of that is a elevator shaft where they will bring the spoils for recycling, the stamped steel material. That loading bay has already had concrete poured. The one completely opposite us, by the way, here's a really good look at Gigafactory 1. One of the warehouse on wheels that replaced the one where the Giga Semi is being built. And then the other warehouse on wheels on the right, up there by the Panasonic end of the building. And then there's a third warehouse on wheels out of view behind a knoll. And by the way, you'll notice that as the sun rises over the eastern Nevada desert, these mountains, that mountain right next to, right east of Giga Semi and north of Legacy Giga Nevada, GF1, that mountain belongs to Tesla. It's on Tesla property, and it casts shadows onto the project at this early morning hour. The drone is actually off the factory grounds, so I'm coming in a little bit lower. I will never fly this low actually over the property, but wanted to give a different perspective. Lighting isn't great for the western slope. Here's all the completed roof. As you know, if you've been watching, after this corrugated steel, they will bring insulated roof panels up, and then they will seal it with a waterproof membrane. If you do stay tuned till the end of the video, you'll see a quick drone flight and some photos over at the pilot production line. And there's been a lot happening with the originally 30 or so Tesla semis that were fresh off the production line are slowly being distributed to more and more new customers, including Uber Freight, US Foods, Saya, as well as others. And I believe we'll see more and more being delivered in the weeks to come. This is that specialty pad that was built here that's going to house some more of those tanks. And obviously it looks like some HVAC equipment. Most of the dirt work has been done here on the northern edge of the building, just to the right of Milan Avenue. And there's another one of the BFDs in the upper left. This, I imagine that they're going to start paving this area pretty soon. They're certainly going to continue installing those the weather stripping. Again, we can look for the other viewers to give us the correct terminology for those boots. Probably weather boots. That's not a bad name. I'm going to run with that. But anyways, those weather boots, as you can see, installed right there. And here's a better close-up of them. No doubt that will continue. And by our next flight, this northern section will probably be done. Just as a reminder, all of this factory is all about the Tesla Semi. So at the very end, you'll be able to see some Tesla Semis. The vast majority of the progress from now on will be on the inside of the building, and we will do like Joe Tegmeyer at Giga Texas. In Austin, we're going to be able to see all kinds of production equipment being brought in, and the build out of the actual assembly lines that are inside this building. As always, I want to thank my new viewers, but especially my older viewers. And I do try to remember that not all viewers have been with me from the beginning, from over 2 years ago, where this was just dirt. Well, first it was a warehouse on wheels. Then those were cleared out, and several months of dirt work and infrastructure preparation underground was taking place. Here's the best look we have of the inside of the Progress. This is the Tesla Semi looking over the project, and this is the footage I told you about at the pilot production line. Stay tuned for more updates.